These fellows, Earl, last night had a 2-frame roll-off as they were tied for 4th place, and Kiszewski qualifying 4th, a 2:23 tournament average this week.
And an interesting statement, Jay, by Dave Husted after that roll-off. Well, I really didn't care what happened during the roll-off. He says if I was for 1st or 2nd, then I might have worried about it. But at this point, the only advantage is the choice of starting.
And a nice way to start. You're going to hear some tremendous rooting for this young man.
Well, he's got a great game, Jay. He gets through the ball very well, and I think the key to his game is the long extension, the good knee bend, and see that follow through. That's what keeps the ball on line. Another great player right here.
Husted opening on 34, and he leaves the 4-pin.
Lane condition this week, Jay, is an excellent playing condition. The players have been praising the oil pattern all week, and the type of oil being used is an oil that stays in place extremely well, doesn't travel quite as much as other oils would do. Spare shooting has not been difficult. Players have been able to strike quite a bit, a lot of big games.
Dave Husted has won the Nagy Award a couple of times, one of the most popular players on tour, and a fellow who has received the plaudits from the other players with that Nagy Award as the nicest guy out here. Gets them all on 33.
We have a lot of difference in styles today, even though our first 2 players, and Brad and Dave Husted, are both pretty much classic stylists. The good long arm swing, the good knee bend, and good extension at the foul line. You're going to see some different styles as we progress through the matches. Again, watch the long knee bend and the good extension. He really reaches out, chases the ball with his hand.
Oh, that was almost in the channel.
The players are trying to do one of several things depending on the individual. Talking with Brad before the show, and here's a good look at what Jay just mentioned, the ball almost going in the channel. Really, he wants to get the ball to a break point. He's looking well down the lane, trying to get the ball to skid to a point and then hook. Sounds easy, but it's not that easy to do.
If he would win here in Rochester, it would be the first rookie victory since '86 when John Odrobniak did it.
He won the Quaker State Open, Jay, and he's gone on to be one of our better players. And this young man here is very talented. It's hard to praise him enough. I've watched him throughout the week. He's good under pressure. He, I think, enjoys the pressure. He's got a great background in the sport.
In a battle for Rookie of the Year honors. Now, he had a couple of splits last night. He made a 2-10 last night, but he's got his hands full here, the rookie from Buffalo, New York.
Well, about all he can do with this, Jay, and that's just a bad break. Now, the ball entered the pins too far down the lane. It came in behind the head pin, and that's what creates that kind of a lead. The 5-pin goes to the wall, doesn't take out the 7. He's going to throw hard cross lane, hope he can bounce it out of the pin. Almost did it.
He had that problem twice last night in the position round, and as I mentioned, did make a 2-10 last night. Husted now up by 13 in the early going here. Dave from Milwaukee, Oregon. Well, it was a teeny bit high. 6-pin leave. Husted can go over the 900,000 mark in his career, dollar-wise, with a win all the way up on top today. Dave's 5th championship round appearance. He finished second to Chris Warren over in the Japan Cup 90. And Husted with the early advantage here. Great to be back here in Rochester to kick off the tour. What marvelous bowling fans we have here. Great pro-am here this week.
Packed house every night.
The 10-pin is there.
I think both players, I think the lane condition from watching them practice before we went on the air, Jay, both players were rolling the ball extremely well. They were striking almost at will. And when you start out that first match, there's a little bit of a nervous problem. And I think once they get loosened up and get relaxed, we'll start seeing the strikes we expected.
And a lead of 12 for Dave Husted.
NBC Sports coverage of the PBA.
Now with a 25-pin lead, bowling in the 6th frame. Lane 33. Kiszewski, you remember, had that 7-10 split in the 3rd frame. He spared in the 4th, then had the 7-10 again.
On exactly the same type of hit, Jay. The ball coming in behind the head pin, late to the pin area. And again, the 5-pin going across the lane, not taking out either the 7 or the 10. Dave Husted still trying to get lined up. It's the experience against the rookie. Right now, the advantage to the experienced player.
Here are Loretta and Whitey Kiszewski. His mom and dad over from Buffalo. Brad has brothers, one Billy, a retarded youngster who he's very close to, and it's a very wonderful family.